I can't draw. So when it came to the time to make my own character for my game, I found a finished character someone else made on itch.io and I drew over it to make it mine. Is that cheating? Honestly, I'm not really sure, but it's what I did. I'm gonna show you the whole thing. So effectively, what I found on itch.io was this guy. It's a guy made by Matt's Art. His drawings are amazing, and it's from a top-down perspective. I know he does side-to-side pixel art as well, but this is what I found where I'm happy with the character size and the kind of proportions, and I knew it was what I wanted my character to look like. But I didn't really know where to start with it. Honestly, if I didn't find something like this, I'd probably still be staring at a blank canvas. So, kind of where I went with it is I suppose just to jump into it, even I can show you a side by side. So, this is what Matt's art would have drawn, and then my version of that same character is Kaz, the cyber mercenary, on the right hand side. Um, I'm sure probably other people do this, and to be honest, I probably could have, after a lot of time of practicing, done this for myself. But just because I wanted to see something real or to know that I could put something onto a page and know that this is coming to life, I just wanted to get a leg up or a head start on it. So it's possible that I could redesign this in the future before the game is finished. But for now, I'm really thankful that a website like itch.io does exist so that characters like this are available to people like myself who don't have the best abilities to put something onto paper, so to speak. So even just to give you a little preview of what I would have started with, um, this is just the idle down or idle front sprite sheet that Matt's art would have made. So it has 8 frames, all with a slight different deviation or slight different posture. The hair moves as well. So that's kind of what would have started this out for me, being like, okay, this is something that I can work with. And again, absolute credit to Matt's art for being able to produce something like this for people like myself, because I don't know if I would have gotten this far or for at least something this detailed. Um, so my process was effectively I would have started with frame one, and then I would have taken away the stuff that didn't suit my character. So, for example, the one thing that I really liked the most, and it's what I wanted to keep true to the character, was the hair, because I thought the hair was absolutely perfect. It matched what I had imagined for my character itself. But the accessories, it doesn't really, and the clothes, I guess, they didn't really suit a cyber mercenary in a cyberpunk world. So I had taken these 8 frames and I had drawn over them to produce Kaz. So it would have shown, like, again, the hair is the only thing that's really the exact same. I would have changed the clothing, I would have added a beard, changed the eye color, and then I think I changed up a few of the pixels on the face as well. Um, just a little bit in some areas. But yeah, that's really how I got my character off the ground. I don't think, like I said, I don't think I would be in a position where I'm at now to showcase this, only for the fact that itch.io and websites like that exist where people have put up characters for people to not only use in their own games but to take inspiration from as well. And just to show you then, I suppose the example, this would be the sprite sheet imported. So that's the idle animation for Matt's art for this character. And then the version that I have with Kaz, it'll be very similar because it's copying those animation styles. Um, I need to fix the face. I guess, when I go back through this. I didn't notice that until I started recording this, but I think everything is like a work in progress at the moment until I find something concrete. But I'm really happy with that so far. One thing that I want to add is initially I had the floors, and I suppose I probably should have transitioned this a little bit better. But for the apartment, initially I had the floors like this. One thing I'm learning more and more as I do game design is that I don't want too much noise on screen that's taking away from the character. So, for example, my initial idea was to have all these marks and scrapings on the floor so that when the character would be on screen, it would look as though, okay, this apartment is really run down. It's rusty, it's not up to good shape. In fact, there's probably not much keeping the building upright. That's the kind of theme I wanted to go with. However, the more I looked at it, the more I've changed these around. When I was playing around with it off camera, I wanted to kind of see what variations I could come up with. And to be honest, it's too much. Like, for example, if I just take this character here, and let me see, I'll just create another layer here to drop him into it. So, like, if I drop him into that scene there, um, there's a lot of going on in the background, which kind of takes away from the character itself. Like, you find your eyes drifting off to look around the apartment, whereas the main character is the focal point. So, like, even though this will add to the scene, the story, really your eyes should be focusing on the main character. So I found that changing this up just to have a plain floor down, it really makes the character pop out a bit more. You're not really focusing on the details as much as everything is coming to this character. Um, yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to work with in terms of getting the apartment more, I suppose, up to the standard that I want it to be, but also ensuring that everything flows seamlessly. So, like, there's not one detail of the apartment taking away from another. There'll be little bits and pieces that'll tell a story in itself, but it'll be more so just ensuring that the character is the main focus point. So there's that. I did cut these out, which is the bathroom floor and then the bathroom wall. I wanted those to be different from the apartment, more so because most bathrooms are. It'd be like a tile or something to that effect. So my plan today was to kind of design those and see what I can come up with. Um, Again, I'm probably going to keep it really simple just because I don't want it to be taking away from the character too much. So for the wall, it might be actually easier to start with the floor. I think even if we just do that, we'll try and lighten it up as much as possible. Okay, we have that. And then if I take a nice gray, and how big is this? This is 90 by 187 is the entire canvas. Okay. So do one, two. Okay, we'll do down to 10. And then maybe we'll do, I'm going to do down as far as 20. Um, what I'm going to do is I'm going to design this, maybe quick speed through it so that it's not taking up too much time. Okay, so we have the bathroom floor done there. So we can take this and drop it right in here. Just make sure we line it up right. Okay. And again, I can come back to this later. Again, this is one of those things that I'll probably have to play around with until I find the right color that I'm looking for. But yeah, that'll be kind of what I'm hoping to do. Maybe like a tile or something like that. Even you might have seen it there a little bit in a snippet, but another thing I found was going through itch.io was all of these free assets. So I definitely put a credit to anyone that works with these to come up with ideas or to get even inspiration for how to draw certain stuff that you might get stuck with. So this is stuff that I've noticed. But yeah, I might use some of the free assets for placeholders, just when I'm starting out, and then I can always come back to it later, maybe, and redo the designs once I feel more comfortable with drawing. But yeah, like it even has a tile there for floor and for walls, but I didn't like either of those designs necessarily. Um, so I decided to kind of just make my own a little bit. To be honest, I'll probably go lighter again, so it'll probably be something a little bit like that. And what I might do is add some grime, maybe like a green or something like that to the corners, just to dirty it up a little bit when I'm adding to it eventually. But yeah, I think so far I might come back to the wall in the next video just to give a more idea, but yeah, I'm kind of happy with what I have there at the moment. I kind of just wanted to showcase that I finished off the floor, or at least redesigned the floor, and that I wanted to showcase this character as well. There is a full animation sprite that I have, which is for idle front, back, side, which I'll flip in Godot, and then it'll be the same for running. Um, the game I'm making is planning to be like turn based, so I don't think I'll need too many attack animations, but we'll see once I kind of move along to that process, what kind of looks right or what kind of feels right. But yeah, I'll showcase the full animation sprite there now. I have 37 frames overall. Not every animation is 8 frames, just because I figured it wasn't needed. And you'll see that once I'm kind of putting it into Godot a little bit, but like something for where it's not showing as much detail, such as like his back, it's only 2 frames, just him breathing. But I'll showcase this now just to show what I've done in its entirety. And that's it. Yeah, next time I will continue to work on the apartment and we can go from there.